Minister Nikki Wagner.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I'm very pleased to speak on this debate, and I speak on this debate as the Member of Parliament for Christchurch Central. And so I want to talk about the operations of the Earthquake Commission, EQC, in Christchurch. Now, EQC in Christchurch people love to hate EQC. We love to hate EQC because in the last 3 years, things have been very tough in Christchurch. Nothing has been simple about our earthquakes, and EQC has had to work under very difficult circumstances. But we're also very aware that New Zealand is in a unique insurance situation because of the Earthquake Commission. And when you look at other similar earthquake-prone countries, especially those around the Pacific Rim, the US and Japan, only about 15 to 20% of ordinary citizens have their homes insured, simply because of the cost. And no one's land is insured at all. I visited San Francisco in 2012, and I was horrified to see properties, homes that had been rebuilt on the area of the land that had been very hard hit during the 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake. And these homes were mostly uninsured, and certainly nobody had land insurance. Now, they were uninsured because of the cost of insurance. Because if you live in an earthquake-prone country, unless it happens to be New Zealand, it is prohibitive to pay for insurance for normal families. And that situation would be the same here, except that the Earthquake Commission takes the very high-risk first $100,000 of risk, and so that supplementary insurance is affordable. So although we love to hate EQC in Christchurch, I can't imagine what it would be like in Christchurch if 80 to 85% of our homes were uninsured and our land was also unprotected. Now, I acknowledge that there have been issues with EQC claims. The size of the event, the number of earthquakes, the fact that most people have multiple claims, the management structure of multi-unit properties, and the tough environment for everyone who works in our communities has made it particularly hard. And EQC has had to scale up very fast. But I sincerely believe that everyone in EQC is working hard to settle claims, and we are now seeing real progress. And ultimately, we have to remember that every last claim will be paid out, and EQC will continue to provide New Zealanders with insurance long after Christchurch homes are restored and our city is rebuilt. Now let's have a look at the EQC statistics, and we can get a good idea of the size of the task in hand and the progress that's been made. Since February 2011, EQC has had 1.64 million interactions with homeowners. Now that's the equivalent to dealing with every single person who lives in Auckland and in Northland. The assessors have done 750,000 assessments or reassessments after multiple earthquakes, which is the equivalent of 2 assessments for every single person that lives in Christchurch. EQC has paid out $7.4 billion, including GST. And let's have a look at how those claims pan out. 83% of cash settlement claims have been completed. 91% of all claims under $15,000 have been resolved. 75% of claims between $15,000 and $100,000 are settled, and 90% of overclap claims are settled. So that means that 90% of those claims have moved on to their insurance companies for a rebuild or a repair. And on top of that, 78% of properties in the Canterbury Home Repair Program are complete. But I really do want to focus on vulnerable customers, because this is a priority area for EQC, and it's an area which concerns us all. Now, 86% of the vulnerable customers are complete, and EQC is absolutely committed to fixing the homes of the rest of these people. One of the issues that we have had in Christchurch is that it's been very difficult to get to the people who most need our help. If you compare an earthquake like Christchurch, but overall EQC is getting through the work.
I call the Honourable Member Eugenie Sage.
Thank you, Mr Chair. Well, one of the few things that I would agree with Nicky Wagner about is that things have been tough